Hello, everybody. So, we're back, of course. And before we get into this early access of the upcoming update, I just want to say thank you again to Epic Story Interactive. They're the reason I get to show you these early builds before the updates come out. And why I get to show exactly what's new. So that's why when it comes to these videos, I can show you the brand new content because they send it to my account. So the biggest thanks goes to them, of course. So we might as well start off with exactly what's new, what's to come. So here, of course, what you can look forward to in this new update coming soon is 2 new turbo bays, bladers, avatars, and 14 new skins. And now most bay and blader boxes will be updated with evolution content, so of course majority of the boxes will now have evolution bays, avatars, and whatnot. And set boxes now have avatars in them. And a new feature will be introduced with this update, which is called Bay buffs. And there will also be a new event happening, which is the Burst Rivals Anniversary. So, I can't show you the anniversary event because as far as I can see, it's not happening. So my assumption is that it probably won't be here until the update is made public to everybody and the build is complete. So another thing I'll say is, since this is early access, of course, this is also an early build of the update, meaning things can change, but from my experience, the only things that change in a public update is just any bugs that might have been in the early build. So other than that, when it comes to actual content like new bays and features, those I've always experienced stay. So you don't have to worry about anything brand new disappearing. Just keep in mind that if you see any bugs in any of my early access videos and I don't point it out, they'll most likely be fixed by the time the complete update is out. Anyhow, this is gonna be like usual. So, as you can see, I have the brand new blader, one of them equipped. So, there are 2, as I said before. So in this one, I'm gonna focus on the blader Ranjiro and his Beyblade that is Crash Roktavor. Also, another new thing is when you hold the model of your Beyblade, you can see what parts it has. So that's nice. And of course, the new avatar that belongs to Crash Roktavor. I do know that you can equip any avatar to any Beyblade. I just personally like to connect the dots basically and just match them. It just makes sense to me, but if you're wondering or if you're new to the game, and you're thinking about downloading it, you can mix and match stuff however you like when it comes to bladers, Beyblades, and avatars. They're not strictly for how the matchup appears in the actual anime. So of course, we've already got the abilities maxed out here. As for the new feature, which is Bay Buffs, when you go to your Beyblade and scroll down to the bottom, you'll find the section here, and this is where you can unlock the buffs. So, in order to unlock these buffs, you need these specific tokens, and they depend on what Beyblade you want to unlock the buffs for. So here, for example, I'm on Roktavor's page. So if I wanted to unlock a buff for Roktavor, I'd need tokens that are specific to Roktavor, which is why it's labeled ROK there in abbreviation for Roktavor, of course. And the way to get those tokens is you have to sell other Roktavor Beyblades. And when you do that, in addition to other things, you will also get Roktavor tokens, which then you can use to unlock buffs on another Roktavor Beyblade that you have. So you need other Roktavor Beyblades to sell in order to unlock buffs on a Roktavor Beyblade that you keep. So I sold one of them and unlocked one of the buffs just so I can show an example of what it looks like when you do so. So I got the buff that decreases the chance of bursting when Roktavor is out of stamina, and it's active for 3 rounds, which is pretty nice because when they introduced the addition of being able to randomly burst, it's definitely not rare. It can happen fairly frequently, so a buff like this can be useful if you're starting out and your Beyblade is in a high rank or level. And also, as you can see, it looks like you can also change the buff. So of course you see that you can't see what buff you get when you want to unlock one of them. So when you do, if you don't like the buff that you just got, you can change it for the cost of more tokens specific to that Beyblade. So when it comes to being specific, what I mean is, if you want to unlock buffs for other Beyblades, let's say you want to unlock it for a Valtryek, it means you need Valtryek tokens. So, of course, just like this, in order to unlock it for Valtryek, you'll have to sell other Valtryek Beys for those tokens. Hopefully that makes enough sense. And I think that's pretty nice. But the battle I'm going to go into, like usual, I'm going to go into my daily rivals, but you won't really get to see this buff in action simply because this is a fairly high Roktavor, and since it's a stamina type, I'm probably not going to run out of stamina, meaning you, of course, won't get to see the buff in action. Plus, it's RNG, so I don't really know if text will pop up saying that it, kept me from bursting or whatnot, but that's okay. But When it comes to new skins, it looks like, in terms of what's brand new in my account, I see that I got a shadow skin for Nightmare Lunar, which looks pretty awesome, I admit. Also, me personally, I noticed that the graphics, I think, it could just be me, but I think the graphics have improved because the games always look nice, but I think the models look even nicer now, like, seems glossier and smoother. Unfortunately, you guys, of course, won't be able to tell as much because this type of video is not a usual thing on my channel, so of course I don't have a great or perfect setup in terms of a screen recorder and whatnot, so the video is not in HD, so I apologize for that, but I hope you still enjoy it and find it informative and enjoyable. And for those that, again, don't play the game yet, haven't played it, and are thinking about it, don't worry, the game is in HD. It's not a lower quality like you'll see in this video. Anyways, the other new shadow skin that I got in my account was it was the shadow Spryzen Requiem. You can see there, it's very, very nice as well. But of course, from the text, you can tell that there will be more new skins. I just don't have them to show here, but I'm sure they're awesome. I find all the brand new skins to be very nice. Anyhow, I believe that's enough of that for coverage of new things. So I think now we can just go into battle, and you can see how the new Roktavor looks in action. So we're gonna take the risk of going into the hard category for daily rivals. I usually do, because since this is a high-ranked Roktavor, I'm pretty confident that the match shouldn't be too hard. But to be fair, the opponent is a balanced type, and that, in my opinion, is still the best type in the game. So keep in mind that we could lose, which is fine. And of course, our avatar is already ready, so you're going to get to see that in battle as well for this match. And here you can see the 3 different types of launches that Renchiro has, and I already have them all unlocked at max. So just to save time, you can pause the video here if you want to read the descriptions of what each launch does. But in this particular match, we're just going to use his strongest one that costs the most energy. As you can see, it seems Roktavor is doing fairly well. And we got a burst finish. So we won. And also, you might have noticed, but actually in the on the left side of the screen, you could actually see what Bay buffs you had active. So that's pretty nice. So there is an indicator for Bay buffs, which will be useful. And I think I'm just gonna do one more round on the normal level so that I can show you the Beyblade's Roktavor's new special attack, because as you could see in that last battle, I did get the bar to full, but I wasn't fast enough to press it, so of course you didn't get to see it. And because this part of the early access video will focus on this first new blader, you know, I want to be able to show that last aspect. So we're taking on Ranjiro's older brother, Rantaro, and this is just a normal difficulty daily rival. Unfortunately, I used up the avatar in the last battle, so it won't be active this time. But the focus is just the special attack. So, purposely, I'm just gonna load up the special attack. So, we might lose actually because of that fact. But as long as I get that special attack off, that's all that really matters. That's the goal this time around. Just have to make sure to last long enough to load it up and make it work, whether we lose or not. There we go. Alright, so it seems like that attack was mainly stamina based, which makes sense considering the type of Beyblade that it is. But we're going to possibly lose this battle, maybe. Lastly, I will say that there are also support buffs. So it looks like support buffs, if you unlock that, they're not active in battle for the equipped Beyblade. They actually help out other Beyblades that you have on your team if you have other ones equipped. And they'll help your other Beyblades in some way. But I don't have any unlocked currently. Alright, and we got the burst finished and won the match. So, this first part of the early access coverage was longer than I anticipated, but that's okay. And if you got this far, I thank you for watching. I hope that you enjoyed it and you look forward to the second new character, Beyblade and Avatar, that I'll showcase in the last part of this early access update coverage. I hope you have a great day, and again, thank you to Epic Story Interactive for this opportunity.